Hi, everybody. It's good to talk to you all again. Well, kind of. And we're here in Colorado, and we really miss all of you, and we miss Costa Rica. It's cold here and snowing, so I have my hot tea and enjoying the. We're trying to enjoy the difference in the cold, especially during this time of year. But Chris asked me to share something that has been on my heart. Um, this week and something that God has been teaching me this week. And last week, Chris had the message of joy, and that joy is outside of our circumstances. It's not about um, what's going on in our life, but it's a choice that we make. And so the Lord was really working on me on that. And I was scrolling through Facebook, and one of my friends um, said at the top of her post, she said, "Defiant joy." And she went on to say how she wasn't going to let what was going on in her life steal her joy. And she had sweet little pictures of her babies. And come to to find out as I read the post that her baby was recently had a major surgery and was struggling with bacteria infections and viral infections that medicine couldn't help. And but she was choosing joy in it. And so this idea of defiant joy really sparked my thought process. And the word defiant means to be um, boldly opposing, to stand boldly in resistance to something. And and I love that those two words together, to be boldly opposing in joy. And I love that. It's very biblical to me because it doesn't make sense, but yet it does. And in our worldly sense, and to stand opposed to what the world is saying to us, to stand opposed to what the enemy may have for us, or what the enemy is trying to trip us up with or trap us in, or how the world may try to make us discouraged or feel bad or sad or broken and lost. Um, but to defy that in our joy, to remember our joy, to remember the joy that we've been given. This time of year, we can remember that Jesus came to bring joy to the world. And sometimes we forget. In Isaiah and in Joshua chapter 1, the Lord tells us 4 times in that chapter to be strong and courageous. And he also says, "Do not be dismayed." And I started thinking about that word dismayed, and dismayed means that you once had something, you once had courage, you once had strength, you once had joy, but you suddenly lost it because of the circumstances around you. You became dismayed. And so you became discouraged. You became this way. Even though you had it once, then you lost it. And God is telling us that 4 times in Joshua and also in Isaiah, lots, to be encouraged, to be strong, to be courageous. Don't lose heart. Don't forget. Don't be dismayed. Have defiant joy despite our circumstances, knowing that it's going to happen. In Hebrews 12, it says that we should fix our eyes on Jesus. He is the perfecter of our faith. And then it goes on to say, he is the pioneer and the perfecter of our faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross. So, because of the joy set before Jesus, he endured. He endured shame. He endured physical pain. He endured humiliation, ridicule, opposition, sin. He endured because of joy. And that's our example, right? That we can endure because of the joy set before us. And the joy set before us is Jesus. He is our joy because of what he's done for us and for what he will do for us and all the blessings we have in him and the hope and the promise that we have in Jesus. So let's be defiant in our joy and remember, just like the angels told us, that the angel said to the shepherds in Luke 2, and the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all people. So we know this good news and we have great joy. God is with us. Just like he told Isaiah and Joshua, he is telling us now. He came to be Emmanuel, God with us. And this is great joy for us. And so let's remember that and do have defiant joy this Christmas season. I have just a quick quote and then I'll wrap it up. Stacy Eldridge says it this way: joy is meant to be ours, a joy that is defiant in the face of this broken world. It's not simply happiness on steroids, it's the unyielding belief that sorrow and loss do not have the final say. It is the stubborn determination to be present to whatever may come and to interpret both goodness and grief by the light of heaven. So, thank you for this time. Thank you for Jesus. Thank you for listening. And I look forward to us meeting again.